everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. Today is the day after Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time with your friends, families, and loved ones. Most of all, it's Friday. And we always RED on Friday. We remember everyone deployed. So I hope you're wearing something red, drinking out of something red, thinking of our wonderful service men and women and their families that are away from each other or serving somewhere, protecting all of us on Friday. So God bless you. Merry Christmas. Thank you for all that you're doing for all of us. Cheers. Happy Friday and RED to you. We'll be right back with Clint Westwood. Today we're doing a little Festivus Christmas. I know we're a couple days late. You're supposed to do that before Christmas, but you know, they're serving beer to gerbils and stuff, and we just need to talk about it and all the other ridiculous government spending. So cheers to everybody. Happy hour. Be right back. Jump in the live chat with us, like and share. Right back after this. Happy Friday, Westwood. Cheers.
Happy Friday. Cheers.
Cheers.
Gotta get my plasticizers for the day.
There you go. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, lovely Litecoin Lisa.
I hope you had a wonderful time with your family.
We're gonna do that. Well, we're gonna do that Sunday.
Okay.
Or have dinner on Sunday. Yeah. I did make a lot of food yesterday for Christmas, though. So I'm like,
I know
until Sunday.
You were making a list and checking it twice on one of your videos talking about all kinds of things. You were making liver chili, which I was like, okay, listen, I love chili. If you ever make it and put something other than beef in it, just please don't ever tell me.
Yeah.
And then I will eat it and I'll probably love it, but just please don't tell me what's in it.
Yeah, I was told that I should cut the pieces, small pieces, and then it mixes with the ground beef, and you won't even know that you're eating liver. I don't care. Give me a big chunk of it, and I'll eat it.
And just smile and nod and say thank you. And
delicious.
And you just use the word meat. It's meat.
There's meat in it. Beef.
Don't get specific. Just don't. Less
meat and beans.
Information is more.
All right, less is more. Shut your mouth, West.
Yes. That's what it's a mother's secret.
It's secret recipe.
Mother's secret recipe.
Ancient Midwest secret.
Yes. Do not tell them what they're eating.
Yeah. Right. Was it good? Did you like it? Oh, good. That's wonderful.
Yes, that's wonderful.
You like the meat.
Yeah. I was watching your video and I was thinking that. I was like, oh God, please just don't tell me. And I probably would never know.
It's really good, though. I mean, yeah, I get it, though. If you get it too big of a piece, it's the texture because it's a softer,
don't even tell me that because now I can pick it out in my mind. Don't tell me.
I have to chop it really and crumble it. And it's ground beef. Technically, it is.
Yeah.
It's very nutritious.
Don't say it. Just don't say it. Yeah. See, she watched your video too.
You know what? Well, as I was cooking it, because I've learned, before I would cut it, it's hard to cut, raw. I mean, it's hard to cut through. So what I've learned is the pieces, I'll put it in the pan, cook it up, salt both sides of it. And then as it was, this is where I'm at now. This is what a 180. But as I'm cooking these strips of liver, it's like a little steak. I'm looking at it like, man, I'll just eat that like a steak. And, because I'm just like, pick it up and eat it. I don't know, like full carb.
Yeah.
But anyway, I cut it after you cook it. It's much easier and tender to cut. Don't be doing it beforehand. Cook it and then cut it. Learn that.
Yeah, that was one thing I was going to try to buy my husband this year for Christmas, and I ended up total failing. We didn't buy each other anything, but
hey, you're giving the gift of love every day.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right. Actually, I bought myself a couple things, but I was going to get him a meat grinder.
From Charlie.
I know. But he's really picky about things, so he kind of has to pick out his own things.
He'd probably be like, well, I love it, but I was doing some research on the meat grinders, and this is the
Yeah.
one I kind of wanted.
The thing is, he's very specific about
Yes, he
things.
knows what he wants. He does the research.
Yeah, and so like I even grokked up like those flat stone things because he loves to make a smash burger. But if you've ever made a smash burger properly, it's a freaking mess.
Yeah,
You have to get the cast iron so hot
yeah. Needs a
and
big flat top.
oh god,
Put
it's
that in the new house, a big flat top grill.
outside.
Oh yeah,
Outside. It has
otherwise you have to have massive vents, like the restaurants and
Yeah,
stuff.
I literally had to mop the floor
Oh
after
yeah,
he
it's
cooked
splattering
because
everywhere.
it splatters all over the
Grease.
back,
Yeah.
splash all over the counters. I had to wipe every like oil thing on the counter. I had to wipe. Then I had to clean the whole oven top. Then I noticed it even had gotten grease on the floor. So then I had to clean the floor. I was like,
Degrease the whole freaking kitchen.
it's disgusting. Yeah, just that needs to happen outside.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
way too messy. Way too.
That's true.
But so then I was like, oh, guess what you should get for Christmas? A Blackstone thing. But
Yeah.
then you start grokking it, and they're like, oh, well, this one's good because it has different temperatures. Well, this one's good, but it's more expensive. But this one has, if you're cooking for lots of people, well, there's only just a couple of us. So
Yeah.
it's like, let's do the smaller one that has more whatever. Well, then I asked him about it, and he's like, oh, no. This one guy I watched uses a certain kind, and I would only want that one. And I'm like, see, I would have ordered the wrong one.
Yeah. See, I was thinking about getting it, but I'm glad I asked you, honey. I didn't want to make a mistake. And so we'll
Yeah.
get the one you want.
It's just, yeah. Yep. See, Silver Jim. Same way. Just give me the money.
Yep.
But with our money, if you're married, your money is the same.
Yeah. It's just, Peter Paul thing,
So it's like, here, have our money. It's our money.
Yeah.
You're not really, it's not like, it's really hard to buy a gift for your spouse because.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to really know them.
Johnny did a great video on that. He said, that's a great reason for cash and the same reason to have like crypto and privacy and the great argument for privacy, even against your spouse. Just because if you want to be able, in the most innocent way, in a loving way, it's not about doing something wrong or bad. Privacy isn't about doing something bad. Sometimes you want to buy your spouse a gift or, and how can you surprise somebody if
what's this Blackstone grill on this statement?
Yeah, if everybody sees everything. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. So kind of goes in line with all of our kind of thoughts with that. But I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I see everybody's jumping in the chat. We've got Jim and Daddy-O, coffee stock. Oh, did he get a new channel or something? He changed his name?
I don't know. I've seen that with YouTube handles. They're different.
Sometimes. The name is different?
Yeah, sometimes it is. It's when they originally create it sometimes and they don't go back and change it. But I think you can put, I don't know. You can put a label on it, but it's also got the handle. It's kind of like when you're on X, you've got your handle, but your name is different.
Okay. Maybe that's what it is.
So there's something to it. I don't know. I've seen
Tom's in there. J Mac's in there. Clarendon napping.
J Mac in the house. I almost, I had to make a decision this week. Am I going to let it was last week after the show because I was getting straggly. I was touching it a lot and it was kind of coming out here. And so I shaved and then I trimmed it up. The night before Christmas, I decided to trim up my beard. And then what did I do? I stayed up too late, been doing stuff, and then I put the attachment on. I'm like, oh yeah, it's 11 millimeters. Well, it was 1 millimeter. And so I took one cut, and then you can kind of see back here. And so I had to shave the rest of it shorter at 5 millimeters. So I got a 1 millimeter cut and a 5 millimeter cut. So I need to let that grow out a couple of millimeters, and I'll do the 5 cut again, and then I'll let it grow out a little bit more. Maybe you're supposed to be on 7 millimeters, what I should have been doing.
You might be starting a new trend.
I could be. I could just little cut burns.
A new beard trend.
You see it?
I kind of see it.
Yeah, but when I did it, I was in the mirror. I was going. I'm like, oh and I looked. I'm like, I might have to shave this thing off. I mean, because I cut it down so low, and I thought, all right, I'll cut this shorter, and then let that fill, and then I gouged it, man. The chunk fell off, and I thought, oh no, whoops! I shaved.
There's nothing worse than freehanding and going, oh,
Yeah, pretty much. Good thing I didn't like start here.
right.
Yeah. Anyway, talking to
And
Mitch.
I hear Mitch, yes, Mary Mitchmas, and Mark Weems has got his Mighty Warrior red cup. I saw somebody else in there. Oh, Daddy O's in there too, I think.
I've got my Mighty Mia shirt on underneath the red shirt.
Oh, right. He's flashing us his Mighty Mia shirt.
Yeah, right.
Did I miss anybody?
Some kind of pseudo superhero here.
Like Superman.
Yeah. Right. I don't have all that beautiful wavy hair like Clark Kent.
There you go.
No, I got flyaway. I cut my own hair too, and I cut the sides up, and then I'm like, I don't want to go too, because this is after I did the shave, and I'm like, I shouldn't even attempt to cut the hair. And so I did, and I got the sides good, but I was
after you messed up your beard, you're like, I know what I'll do.
I was gun shy. Yeah, but not enough to keep me away from the gun.
Too funny.
So it still needs to be trimmed up. I didn't do anything to the top, so it's just like all feathery and crap. I don't know, whatever.
Looks great. Santa would approve.
Yes, Santa baby.
Yes, Moto's here too. So
Moto King.
The Moto King is here. Glad to see him here too. Oh, and hold on, we have another friend here, but I can't read it.
So Chicago Scotto. I see him on X quite a bit.
I saw a Great Gazoo on somebody's channel today, and I was like, oh.
It was on the Flintstones.
No, he was on, who was it on? And I was like, oh, I'm going to tell him I saw him in the chat. Oh, dang it. Who was he on? Oh, on Nino's. It was, Nino was doing a little preview and to send people over to his paid one. Arizona.
University of Arizona Wildcats.
There ain't no Arizona. And that's a song. You know that?
Oceanfront property.
No.
No, the other one that you posed about the rodeo, the jewels and not all gold glitters. Not everything that glitters is gold. Isn't that what it is? Yeah.
Yep. All the things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what the Festivus report has in it, because it was ridiculous.
Got some problems with you people.
And guess what? We've been paying for it.
What have we been paying for?
Our dollars. This year's report tallies, I don't even know. That's clearly not billion, trillion. I don't even know. Gazillion. Whozillion. I don't know if that's like even a thing. Oh my gosh. $20 billion bailout for Argentina. He goes on and on and on and on. I don't even know what this number is.
Better be getting a lot of beef for that money.
That's a lot. So they're spending it into nothingness, which, if you follow Big Swear, which most of us do, that Ruta wrote the infinity when they came back and changed it. She wrote infinity in the sand, which that may be that they were going to spend it into infinity, and that was part of
run it till it's hot. That was his thesis, that they're just going to run it into infinity and break it.
Yeah, this one's fun. TikTok therapy, fighting drugs with influencers. Department of Human Health and Services spending $1.5 million on an innovative multi-level strategy to reduce drugs in Latinx communities through celebrity influencer campaigns. Maybe that's a good idea. Where's some of the ridiculous ones? Doom scrolling studies, where they're going to give $2.9 million to University of Michigan to study the effect of screen time on parent-child relationships.
Doom scroll.
How that worked out. Bears, drag queens, and bureaucracy. $936,000 on marketing campaigns, advisory boards, and engagement strategies targeting niche subcultures in Los Angeles. specifically the Bear Club, drag queen, and queer punk rock scenes about STD testing and treatment capacity.
The Bear Club.
I didn't even know there were. Oh, Bear Cub. I'm sorry, not Bear
Bear
Club.
Cub.
I don't know what that means. Let's see. I mean, this is just, I don't even know what some of these things mean. So I don't know what an EDM club is. So I'm reading some of this. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, more Fauci Beagle Labs. I thought that was all done. Coked up canines. They're going to dose. They're going to spend $5 million dosing dogs with cocaine. I thought all of this was done. Oh, here was the picture. It wasn't gerbils, ferrets. They're going to
ferret, yeah. Okay.
Ferrets.
Ferret it out.
Departments of veterans, the VA. Like, give $1 million to actual veterans, not ferrets. They're going to teach teenage ferrets.
Teenage ferrets, specifically.
Why only teenage ferrets?
Yeah.
And I didn't think ferrets live that long, to be honest.
Maybe it's in ferret years.
Maybe
it's like 2.5. And that's a teenager.
That doesn't seem right. Yeah. $1 million for
2.43-year-old ferrets is qualifying as teenage ferrets and ferret years.
Do they hold the little cup with their little paw? And do they do pinky up? Or I'd like to know.
Well, we should do a secondary study on that. It would be like 2.5 million.
Just one hand?
Yeah.
I don't know. And do they drink out of a bottle or a glass only? I don't know. Salt?
Hey,
no
don't
salt.
give them any ideas, okay?
I don't know. A little lime? No lime. We don't know. Okay. Oh my gosh. Bird brain spending. Press to start. No price. Monkey Plinko. $14 million to watch monkeys play a Price is Right inspired video game. Stop it.
Why am I not going full mad scientist right now and getting these grants? That's what I keep asking myself.
Bug buffets. NSF committed $2,400,000 whatever. To promote insects as food for humans.
Wow.
Which that has worked, actually. Like, my little sister she's a biochem major.
Yeah.
She's like, it's protein. Like,
yeah, but is it digestible
really
protein?
Yeah.
It's got that chitin in it, doesn't it?
I don't know.
I don't think you should be.
Don't eat it. Yeah. Gross.
Well, we eat lobsters, though.
No, we don't.
Well,
okay.
Some people do.
Oh God.
Just sell it to them. Just sell the narratives. All you got to do. It's like it's good. It's delicious. It's a delicacy, And then people will eat it. They'll say, "Oh yes, I need to get me some of those crickets. They're so good, so hard to get, so scarce. It's like a diamond. Oh, they're so scarce. You need to get some of this cricket meal. Oh, it's delicious. Put it on a cracker."
Here's this crazy. Okay. This one, COVID cash grab. Schools received nearly $200 billion with a B dollars in COVID relief funds, which was wasted on things like rooms at Caesar's Palace. Now, what schools? I'd like to know. Do they mean like colleges? Renting out MLB?
Administrator function. It was one of those days.
Yeah. Ice cream trucks and stadiums. I don't know what all this is.
Well, that sounds pretty, healthy. The white van pulling up with some, clown music at a football stadium. Yeah, okay.
Doesn't this all sound like what happened back?
Like the Super Bowl?
Didn't this happen all years ago?
Is this for last year or this year?
This is it says 2025, but I swear this all sounds very familiar from.
Yeah, it's like it's been done before,
right? Years ago. This is where I feel like sometimes we are living in this
deja vu all over again.
Yes, like the what's it called, the Groundhog Day.
Day, yeah.
Wait a minute, we already did this.
I guess not everybody got it, so we got to keep repeating it.
We already did this, though. I swear. So
It's like a John McAfee moment. Are you pissed off enough?
Yeah, you don't hate
You
your
know?
government enough kind of moment.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm kind of not buying into it because when I read that, especially when they talk about the dogs and stuff, the Fauci stuff, that
Yeah,
already
how can how can that be again? I don't know. What's the source? Go to the source.
it's Rand Paul's tweet is the source.
It is?
Yeah, literally. Here.
Well, he's no Ron Paul.
He's no Ron Paul, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
You know, mom's she has some Ron Paul copper rounds
Oh, okay, yeah.
for sale on eBay.
Really?
Yeah, and they all sold. Well, I think she has more. I don't know if she's listed them or not, but
How much she's selling them for? Curious.
I don't remember, to be honest.
I'm gonna say, save me some.
Oh, sure, I will. Yeah. But she has shit tons of them. So
Okay, I got you.
yeah, but I'm sure that either his son is doing this to bring awareness, to piss people off and wake them up, or he's a huge disappointment.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this is the kind of thing where I'm like, okay, wait. How do we keep repeating this cycle like a Bitcoin cycle? Like every 4 years, we're supposed to dumb ourselves down again and pretend like nothing happened the last 4 years.
Right.
Oh, here we go again. I feel like a kid at like Six Flags, getting on the ride, getting off the ride, standing back in line.
Get back in line and do it again.
Getting off the ride, standing back in line.
Gotta go to the restroom. I missed my place in line. Get back at the end.
I'm tired of getting on the ride. I am going to just leave the park.
Pretty much. At that point, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I'm time to leave the park. Park is closed.
I'm ridden out.
Yes.
I've been rode too hard.
Yes. 100%. Oh,
I get it.
I'm telling you. I think the most exciting news, of course, is silver.
I was going to say, speaking of getting ridden too hard, there's Litecoin.
Wow. But Litecoin is about use case. It's not about number go up.
I know. Exactly. I mean, it's just, anyway.
It can't go up in value until we get rid of the dirty fiat. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's good that it's low right now because this is an opportunity for the lifeboat. So if
you got to look at it,
want future money and value that has use case, once we go to a system where we're exchanging value with each other because we need an operation that has value, we're exchanging our value, we are value. And so if you need a mechanism to do that in a way that has privacy and transparency on a public ledger, and you choose when you need that, then stock up on Litecoin right now. It's a buy. It's a great tool or mechanism, but we are the value that you bring to Litecoin, to the tool. So, but it's for the future.
It's sound money for the digital age. When we're in the digital age, are you going to want to be using stable coins that they can turn on and off? No. You're going to want something you can have in your own possession with, as Lisa said, the privacy options and the public options and a network that has, at that time, probably been running for 20 years nonstop.
That's right.
But 14 plus right now, nonstop. You ever had to reboot your computer? Yes, I'm sure you have. You don't have to reboot Litecoin. It just keeps running.
Yeah, but we're not there yet. In my opinion.
It's on sale right now, so
yeah, in my opinion. But with that said, part of this, these two came up just happenstance, these two tweets right beside each other, and they couldn't be more perfectly placed. Nathaniel Rothschild happens to post this. Well, maybe I should read Cliff's first, but he says, when the Fed Royal Reserve banksters collapse, there goes the IRS too. And just about that time, the silver ounce you paid $3.99, which I didn't have that wonderful opportunity, but some people did, will be fetching over $600. when sold with no half capital gains because because there won't be any Fed. Of course, the world and humanity will be in a depression for a few years. But all things considered, the price of freedom from central bank slavery will be easily paid. So that's a hell of a deal for most of us, when we're free from slavery. But then this Nathaniel Rothschild talks about this COMEX rule number 589. So this was a rule that was entered into force December 22nd, 2014. It could be applied at any moment. Let's suppose that silver price is 16. And I could read all this, but it's really boring and it's hard to understand. So I would rather show you this video. Where'd my little video go? With my little guy. Here it is. Share this tab instead. Can you see my little guy? Yes. Oh, why is it saying you can't hear my audio? Oh, I hope you can. Tell me if you can't hear this audio, please. I hope you can. No. Okay. This is a new thing they did where they took away the audio for everybody. And this is such a great explanation of this. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, it was coming through hardly at all, just real choppy.
Okay.
Not even choppy, not really good.
Let me see
unusable.
Damn it. I had it all planned out to do that.
Yes, the whole of mice and men,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me try this. Paste and go. Okay. Then let me try this. Remove. What if I...
$67 per ounce. Within 90 seconds, trading algorithms at 8 major banks simultaneously triggered emergency protocols, not because of the price itself, but because of what $67 means under a rule change most people have never heard of.
This rule change.
For the next 72 hours, these banks have 3 options. Post $891 billion in cash collateral, begin forced liquidation of 421 million ounces they don't actually have, or trigger the first banking crisis of 2026 before Christmas even arrives. The countdown has 48 hours left. Here's what you need to understand. This is not about silver going up because people want it. This is about a mathematical trap that was set 3 years ago, a tripwire buried in commodity exchange rules that nobody paid attention to, and 8 of the world's largest banks now caught in a position they mathematically cannot escape. The invisible tripwire sits at exactly $67.25 per ounce. Let me show you why that number matters, more than any other price point in financial markets right now. Back in March 2023, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, that's COMEX, where silver futures trade, quietly implemented something called Rule 4.07b, Enhanced Margin Liquidation Protocol. You can find it buried in Section 4.07b, subsection 3 of their rulebook. The language reads like legal sedative, but here's what it actually says. When volatility-adjusted price movements exceed 285% from weighted average short position entry points for systemically important participants, 100% margin collateral is required within 72 business hours. Translation for normal humans? If major banks shorted silver at $22 to $25 per ounce between 2020 and 2023, and the price hits 3.85 times their entry point, they're forced to post full cash collateral or automatically liquidate their positions within 3 days. Why did COMEX create this rule? Because they're still haunted by March 2020, when retail investors on Reddit and Wall Street Silver nearly broke the entire commodities exchange. They almost succeeded in forcing physical delivery that COMEX couldn't fulfill. Regulators watched that near-death experience and decided they needed automatic circuit breakers to force early liquidation before positions become too big to unwind. The irony is almost poetic. The rule designed to prevent a squeeze now guarantees one because it forces all 8 trapped banks to buy at exactly the same time. Here's the math that created the $67 kill switch. The average bank short entry price was $22.40 per ounce, weighted from CFTC bank participation reports between 2020 and 2023. 285% above that entry point would be $86.24. But these banks didn't short silver with cash. They used margin leverage, averaging about 3.2 to 1. When you factor in that leverage, the effective trigger point drops dramatically. 22, 40 times, 3.85 divided by their 3.2 leverage ratio with a 2.5 regulatory buffer gives you $67.25 per ounce. Silver hit, the tripwire crossed. Now let's talk about the 8 institutions currently trapped in this mathematical vice. According to the December 2025 CFTC Bank Participation Report, here's what we're looking at. JP Morgan Chase holds 97.3 million ounces short with losses at $67 of 4.35 billion. HSBC Holdings has 78.6 million ounces short, 3.51 billion in losses. Scotiabank sits at 62.1 million ounces, 2.77 billion underwater. BNP Paribas holds 51.4 million ounces with 2.29 billion in losses. UBS Group has 44.8 million ounces short for 2 billion in losses. Deutsche Bank carries 39.2 million ounces, 1.75 billion underwater. Citigroup holds 28.7 million ounces with 1.28 billion in red ink. And Goldman Sachs has 18.9 million ounces short with 843 million in losses. Add it together, and you get 421 million ounces of short positions with current losses of $18.79 billion. But that's just the surface damage. These short positions aren't isolated bets. They hedge much larger gold and silver derivative books. The total notional value of linked derivatives across these 8 banks, $891 billion. If the silver shorts fail, the cascade affects commodity index funds, pension inflation hedges, sovereign wealth fund commodity allocations, and mining company hedging contracts. This isn't just about silver. It's about interconnected financial plumbing that spans the global banking system. For 4 years, these banks have successfully contained silver through a pattern so consistent you could set your watch by it. Whenever silver threatened to break higher, especially approaching month-end or option expiry, banks would dump massive paper contracts, not physical silver, just promises to deliver silver to crash the price. It worked because they could create unlimited paper silver through futures contracts. They were shorting something they never intended to deliver, betting they could always roll positions forward and suppress the price indefinitely. Then something changed in December 2025. Physical demand overwhelmed paper suppression. The banks can't suppress what they can't deliver, and they just discovered that physical demand now exceeds their paper manipulation capacity, which brings us to the 72-hour countdown and the impossible choice. And I need you to understand why none of them work. Option A, post $891 billion in cash collateral. This requires liquidating other assets to raise cash, treasury bonds, corporate debt, equity holdings. The problem is obvious. Selling $891 billion in assets in 72 hours crashes those markets. It creates what's called a doom loop. Forced selling drops prices, which triggers margin calls elsewhere, which requires more forced selling. We saw this in March 2020 when the Treasury market froze and the Fed had to intervene with $2.3 trillion in emergency liquidity. That was for a fraction of the selling pressure we're talking about now. Option B, forced liquidation through buying 421 million ounces to close short positions. Here's where the math becomes impossible. Only 47.2 million ounces exist in COMEX registered vaults as of December 18th. That's 11% of what they need. When demand is 9 times supply, historical squeezes show 8 to 15 times price multipliers. $67 times 8 equals 536 per ounce. 67 times 15 equals 1,005 per ounce. The realistic range for forced buying over 10 trading days, $380 to $720 per ounce. Option C, negotiate an emergency extension. This requires the CFTC to issue an emergency order suspending Rule 4.07b. But CFTC emergency orders require a 48-hour public comment period, which doesn't fit the 72-hour window. Even if they waive that requirement, the market impact is devastating. Suspending forced liquidation rules signals the market is broken, which triggers investor panic and a surge in physical buying. The CFTC has never suspended forced liquidation rules in its history because doing so would destroy market credibility permanently. There's a hidden option D that's probably most likely. Controlled demolition. Banks negotiate with COMEX and the CFTC for orderly liquidation over 30 days instead of 3. Partial cash settlement, partial physical delivery, partial contract rollovers. The price still explodes to the $150 to $250 range, but it's stretched over a month instead of a week. So here's where we are. 8 banks are trapped in 421 million ounces of short positions they can't cover in a market with only 47 million ounces available. They have 48 hours to post $891 billion.
So that's the number. They have basically a tenth of what they need.
Right. Yeah. Or
Available
11% there.
physical.
Yeah.
And option 3 isn't even possible because of the time. Option
Yeah.
2 puts us to $600 to $700 silver an ounce, which is
Mhm.
Cliff High's data.
Immediately.
immediately, which may be what happens. Option 4 is where they renegotiate,
Right.
but that's
The
never
most
happened. And then, but that even just gives them 30 days
right to
and
source
to stop.
somehow get it, and then they may be able to kick the can. I'm just thinking,
They're
best
just
case
kicking the
scenario
can
for
down the
them.
road 30 days, and then it'll go
Right.
to 150 to 200. Before then, they're in the same situation again.
Yeah. So basically, I think this deadline passed, right? It was just what, yesterday or something?
I
What was
think
the
that's
date?
why we saw
And that's why it pumped.
$7
Yeah.
up today. Just in
Yeah.
one day, a $7 increase.
Well, yeah. In the last 2 days, it's up $10 or more. I mean, it's
Mhm.
going out of control. So if I'm running the show, what do I say? Okay, we've got a problem here. You guys can't cover this. We've kind of known this was coming. This is why I think everything's, well, I don't want to say rigged, but everything's prepared for. They knew this was going to happen at some point. They put the rule in, saw the problem in 2020. So this is all scripted. Now, the question is, what's it scripted for? Is it scripted for a true banking collapse so you can usher in a new system? Is that what's happening right now? Possible. Or did they know it was coming and they figured, okay, we'll handle it when it comes? And if that's the case, then it's option 4. And then you're going to have government intervention probably at some point. If they can't figure it out, they're going to have to do something to nationalize, to strategically control mining, to strategically control the markets. And it's going to be basically under the government's purview, whatever they decide. So, but it still doesn't stop the price from rising up because people understand, oh, shoot, I need to get some of this now. Um, I'm not sure. I mean, this could be the full blown banking collapse that everybody is looking for, and they'll usher in whatever was waiting in the wings next year.
Interesting to see. So there was just a Supreme Court decision today to push back on Trump bringing in the National Guard, and then because the wording of it, the language of it's really interesting because it says because he hasn't used regular forces. So they're saying you should use the military, the regular forces.
Right.
But to do that, he would have to
It'd be martial law, wouldn't it?
bring an insurrection.
Yeah.
And so, well, then,
Well, I mean, you can make the argument to stabilize markets, with panic. I mean,
Right.
if you need to do something. And I mean, I've always thought there's another motive to the National Guard being deployed in different places. They're preparing for something. It's not necessarily to clean up Chicago or clean up. It seems to me that there's something bigger going on, waiting for some sort of potential chaos in the streets. An economic collapse, like this could definitely do it, a banking collapse.
Well, and the Tina Peters thing is right there. He's already issued her a pardon. They're ready to, all they have to do, we've had multiple conversations about this, is walk her out as a federal witness and have the marshals or sheriff walk her out as a federal witness for the 2020 stolen election. She has the proof of that. And then that puts us in a constitutional crisis to have another election, which could or would be supervised by the military. And then they're already in place for that. All of this could be happening, at the same time.
It would be a good time to make it happen because, you can only take so much trauma,
Well,
being dispersed out in different increments. If you do it all at once and you put everything out all at once, through chaos, you can create the new picture, out of order, out of chaos.
Well,
and so if you have that, then you release it all and then boom, go forward.
Well, and it's been so long we've been in this movie. There's something that when that happens, then within 120 days, there can be new elections, which would put us back to March, which was our original election days when our country was founded originally. So it would be a writing or a rewriting of our nation to put us back to March for elections again. And then, I don't know, all of that seems to line up. Right now, I saw the Prime Minister of Israel, or not Israel, sorry, Italy, And she was telling people, rest up. She didn't give up a message of peace or hope for the new year. She said, rest up and enjoy this time during the holidays, because 26 is going to be even more difficult.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be finding out what's been happening here in Italy. And I was like, well, dang, girl.
Well, you know what? The truth will set you free. I mean, put it out there, and you know, it'll be difficult for a lot of people to deal with. It's difficult for a lot of people to deal with it, period, on a daily basis. But something so widespread, something so devastating to the order, you know, of what you thought was happening and really isn't happening. You're living in an illusion, and now you have to face it and break through it. It can be devastating psychologically to a lot of people. But bring it on. I mean, I've been saying it for so long, you know, it's like, how are you going to continue to live in this lie? Let's just get it out there and move on.
Well, when she was saying that, I thought, you know, Trump's been saying we've had victory at sea. A lot of people don't know, but the Vatican is in its own country called the Holy See.
Yeah. SEE, right?
Is that how it's spelled?
So,
SEE?
yeah, SEE.
I just know it's called the Holy See.
Yeah, but you know, same thing.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of that, you know, yes, he's following the laws and rules. And, you know, it's always been about the word salad. And that's how they've kind of done the spells, is by using the words, you know, the language, the law, and saying the things. And then, but, you know, we didn't know what they were actually saying. You know,
they're saying it right in front of you, you know, because then they can get away with it, of course, because they've told you, you dummies, you know, and so they look at you, you idiots. We told you the whole time. Ha ha ha! You just didn't see through the, you know, the little code magic we were using.
So I think that there's a lot of that going on too.
Yeah.
So we'll
bring it. Don't
find out, or we won't find out. But
yeah. Well, I mean, this is a big marker. This is a big marker. Obviously, things are happening in the silver market, and you know, from what he's saying, I mean, there's a big problem that needs to get fixed like really quickly. So we should, you know, see it go exponential, parabolic, or it'll be, how you doing? It'll echo. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's an actual thing. That's an actionable thing that's happening. And so how are they going to fix it?
Yeah.
It's a big thing to fix. Like Bix has always said, that'll bring down the banks. It'll bring down markets. And so that's what this guy's saying. Yeah, look at the numbers. Look at the rules. And here we are, you know, with spikes in silver. $7 spike in silver is pretty significant.
In one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very significant.
It's pretty wild. We were last week, Mom and I had gone to a dealer to sell some, and they kind of lowballed her.
Yeah.
And she looked at me, and I kind of shocked, because this one guy I had always paid spot, and we just kind of looked at each other, and she's like,
nope.
No, that he's like, well, what would you? And she kind of pulled back a little bit, and she's like, oh, I'd be willing to do this, you know. Yeah. And it was still a really good deal for him. And then he was like, oh no, I can't do that, you know. And so we're like, that's okay. She goes, that's okay. I'll just wait. She goes, you know, I mean, China's paying, they are, you know,
Shanghai market.
Yes. And they just did a deal with Mexico for $80 for the next 2 years per ounce to do, because of that battery that, you know, that's gonna have 2 pounds or something of silver in it.
Locked it in.
Because it's going to charge in 9 minutes and be more stable and all of this. And so that's the bottom end. That's the low end. And so she was like, no, that's okay. So we left and went and antique shop and had lunch and went and had our day. These guys were blowing her up the next day. In fact, one guy called her later that day and was like, oh, well, we would do that now. And she's like, no, I'm really okay. I'm fine. And I just changed my mind. And I really don't feel good about that. And then the next day they just, you know, it already blew past 70.
Too late now.
Too late, sucker.
Should have sold it. Should have bought it at spot or a couple dollars under or something, you know, to give a, you know, but
They
more than
lost
greedy.
their chance. They were getting greedy and thought
Yeah.
they could take advantage of old little lady.
Yeah.
She's smarter than them. She does her research. She knows what's going on. And
Go back in there and say, "Want to buy it now for this price?"
no, she's like, no. She goes, I don't want to now. Like, But that was another question. Okay. So I am getting a lot of people who either watch the show or friends of mine or whatever, and they're like, where do I go? If I need to, you know, pay my house off, pay my car off,
Sell
if
the silver.
it's a time where I need to, maybe not all of it, but like
Right.
make my life a little easier.
Yeah.
Do the things, if I've been holding since like Cliff's 99, since 1999, or
Right.
if I've been holding even since 2000,
Yeah.
you know,
Even if you paid $30 for it,
right.
and now you're like, man, I can pay this off. What do I want to do? How do I get the money to pay this off? That's need cash to pay off.
Yeah. What
I
does
think
that look like? Is it your local coin dealer?
that'd
Because
be
you
the first
wouldn't
place that I
wanna
would go.
to like a pawn shop because
Probably not.
lowball you. Or what kind of conversation do you say? I want spot, and that's
Yeah.
what it's selling at. Or do you say I'm willing to take $1 under spot? Or
You're right. What
because
I would do
the
is,
pawn shop's going to go 10% of spot, right?
yeah,
They're
they're
going
looking
to
at
try to lowball you.
they're looking at it differently than, they're not necessarily a metals dealer typically. Call your local coin shops and just call them on the phone, and they should tell you, hey, I've got this type of coin. It's a 1 ounce round, or it's an American Silver Eagle, or it's a Canadian Maple Leaf. Ask them, hey, this is what I've got. I mean, how much are you paying for it? And usually they're ready to go. I mean, they'll say, okay, Eagles will pay you $1 under spot, just for instance. And then you'll know, and okay, the spot price is $80, so they're going to pay you $79 an ounce. And so just call them rather than going in there, because they're going to know exactly what it is. You just get and then if it's a way out of line, be like, okay, next, and call somebody else. But then you kind of get a good range of where they're all buying it at, and instead of walking in there kind of blinded. And you know how it is, you go in somewhere and you got the silver sitting there or something, and they're giving you a price in cash. You think, oh man, I might be able to get a better deal somewhere else. But then you got to take it with you and go somewhere else and spend the time. Just call them and they'll tell you. And then you can go down there and, just sell it to them and ask them, hey, pay it in cash, because some dealers only pay you in a check. And if you're good with that, you put it in the bank and pay your bill. That's cool too. But, some people just want cash. So you got to ask them that question, well, how are you going to pay me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of our friends in the chat have some great comments. DM us and we'll help you.
There you go. Right.
And that's one thing I would recommend is ask your friends and family first.
Yeah.
Because some of your friends and family may not have been able to get into silver as early as you did, and they may be chomping at the bit
They might want to buy some from you.
That spot, or you could do them a favor and give them a couple bucks off.
Exactly. A better deal than you're going to get, but a better deal than they're going to get. And so that's the thing. You're cutting the middleman out. If you can do a peer-to-peer exchange, that's going to be better, because there are people probably wanting to buy some silver and they've never bought it before. And if they can get it from you and you both can win rather than both lose to a dealer, then that'd be the way to go. It's a great suggestion. I
haven't ever bought from APMEX or sold with APMEX, but Silver Gem says she's had a good experience with them. So
yeah, so like for instance, you bought a monster box of silver for $20 an ounce or something, and you want to sell that APMEX, they'll definitely take it. They're based out of Oklahoma City, I think, and you can drive there, and they've got a sell window that you can sell it if you're in the area. But no, you can ship it. Do
you have to have bought from them?
No,
to be able to sell to them?
No, they'll buy whatever. And so you can just call them and they'll tell you what they're paying for certain things. And then they'll give you, I've never done it, but I'm pretty sure they'll give you a label to where, you'll put it in there and mail it off UPS or USPS or something, tracking number, that kind of thing. They'll get it and then they'll verify it and send it. And that's a legitimate dealer, a big dealer that, I really wouldn't worry about selling to them via mail order, but stuff does get lost in the mail.
It does get lost in the mail.
And something heavy, again, I'd try the local stuff first, and peer-to-peer first, people that
and if you mail it, do not mail it through USPS, because their insurance is mostly They just say no.
Yeah,
If you pay for
fight.
insurance through USPS, the Postal Service,
Yeah.
trying to collect on insurance through the US Postal Service, we have never, ever, ever had a claim fulfilled through the US Postal Service.
Well,
And
there you go, firsthand experience.
I love the post office. You guys know it's very close to my heart. I watched The Postman last night with my mama. Great movie.
That's a good movie. Yeah, with Kevin Costner.
Great movie. The first part of it is terrible because it's a bunch of men killing each other, and it's just terrible. But once you get past that part of the movie, then it's a great movie.
It's like one of those big epic movies like Waterworld, Dances with Wolves, and The Postman. It's kind of like these big themes.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah. But if you are to ship any metals, I would really recommend you use UPS or FedEx.
Hey, I'm looking for a side hustle. I can throw it in the back of the Volkswagen Golf and deliver it for you. How's that?
Phone a friend. Once again, peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer is best. Yeah, for sure.
Probably wouldn't get very good fuel economy then, would
I don't know.
Putting all that weight in there.
Well, you've lost so much weight.
That's true. I can counterbalance it with the additional silver that would go in the back. Right.
That's right. That's right.
I lost some brain cells too in the process. I'm not sure.
No, you have not. No. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's an exciting time. I mean, I remember, my mom has given my children silver for years, every year at Christmas,
Right.
And so they've all just got, a little file, a little folder, with their name on it, with, my mom and dad giving them coins.
Yep.
And now to think each one of those is worth $80.
Yeah, somebody was a smart person, and saw what silver actually is as far as maintaining wealth over time.
Mhm.
Go back and do the silver quarters in 1964 now. I don't even know what the quarters got to be $14 a piece now, maybe 15. I mean, times 5, minimum wage was $1.25, and now those 5 quarters, they got to be worth close to $100.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Reserved value over time.
So now think of what the minimum wage should be.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, it really is.
Let's revisit that conversation.
Right. You're making $15 and you're happy, right? For minimum wage. It's like, yeah, well, if in 1964, it really doesn't equate, if you're matching it to the silver,
So when we went on the road, and because we couldn't do meetups and we couldn't do, we were doing meetups on the road, but they stopped doing conventions. And so we went on the road to see everybody and started, we'd all stay at an Airbnb together, and then we'd do meetups in different areas. We could see everybody. And part of our shtick was 5 quarters I found this meme or JPEG thing that had the quarters on it, and I sent it to you. And I was like, okay, so this was the minimum wage in 1964 was 5 quarters, but they were silver.
Yep, 90% silver.
What would the minimum wage be if you measured it in silver today?
Yeah.
And so for a long time, it was what, $25 or something?
Yeah, $20, and it got $25, and it's like, yeah, okay.
And so that was when everybody was arguing about $20 minimum wage, an hour, whatever. Well, now we've just had this jump to $80 an ounce. So what would the 5 quarters be now? Do you even know?
Well, just last week, I know somebody who bought one for about $13, and that's before this $10 run up. So, I mean, you got to think it's close to $15 a silver coin or a quarter right now. So 15 times 5 is what, $75?
Wow.
$75 an hour.
You just got to raise.
If you got paid in legit money, sound money, but our government has taken that out. I mean, and so now we're price discovery on minimum wage. I mean, really, where should it be? Well, silver's telling us it should be $75 if we're paid in the same 5 silver coins, but
but we see that Trump, or the movement that is Trump, moving to all these Kennedy things. Like they renamed the Kennedy Center the Trump Kennedy Center. He's putting marble handrails in all the seats.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what the big reveal is, why this is all happening.
I love it.
Because people are losing their mind.
They are losing their mind. They're so busy being angry about it and wanting the death of America. It's the cutting your nose off to spite your face thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wanting someone else to fail because, you know what I mean? It's like, but you live here, you moron. Why would you not want America to be great?
Nah.
I don't know. Just
want to hate. I don't want to be great. I just want to hate.
Yeah. When you want to hate more than you want everyone to be great. And then watching, what's happening with the money and all the things. I mean, it's just insane to me. I also saw the God, what was it called? I don't know. The Department of Ridiculousness. It was like the green department or whatever, the ridiculous energy department.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. They gave all of their billions, like $14 billion. Yes. Back to the Treasury because they're just, yes, this is ridiculous. It doesn't have value.
We can't use this on any of these policies we've got because they're absurd.
They're all DEI and big lies, and
none of it makes sense.
So all of that money went back to the Treasury recently. I mean, it's just, and it's all going to the Treasury.
Yeah, dividend me harder, baby.
Yes. Yeah, our military got a dividend. That was the other thing somebody pointed out on the it was on the U.S. debt clock page, and they said the military got paid in a U.S. dividend, not Fed note.
Interesting.
So we may be moving that way already. So I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, there's no need to have the Fed. I think we all realize that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't need the Fed.
No, I'm fed up.
The Fed is dead.
Done with it. I'm fed up.
I am fed up.
Yeah.
Sure. That's a great shirt. Fed up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I'll tell you who else got a surprise. Oh, am I going to be able to play this? Oh, I don't have to play it. I can just show it. A little surprise, a little Christmas surprise. Santa brought the hammer to these creeps. Yeah, hold on. So Mexico secretly flew 55 cartel bosses into the U.S. military operation. So they pulled off 2 cloak and dagger operations this year, secretly transferring 55 of its most dangerous cartel leaders into U.S. custody. The prisoners had no idea where they're going. Some thought they had their bribes paid off and were being freed. Instead, they landed in America, facing life in maximum security prisons. Welcome to America. These aren't street-level dealers. They are top echelon of the Sinaloa, Jalisco, New Generation, and Zetas, I don't know, cartels. Can't pronounce its name. I'm not going to try to. Charged with killing a DEA agent, Kiki Camarena, in 1985. The Trevino brothers, who killed 18 prison officers from behind bars and controlled a network of 600 inmates across Mexican prisons, are now in Virginia. The operation required 2,000 Mexican special forces, decoy convoys, frozen bank accounts, replaced prison staff, and new catering companies to prevent poisoning. Dear God. Officials feared if word leaked, cartels would stage escapes, trigger riots, or assassinate their own leaders to prevent them from talking. So why the sudden cooperation? Trump administration pressured, including threats of punitive tariffs if Mexico did not crack down on drug trafficking. Maybe they'll pay us back in another way some other time. Remember when oil went to zero?
Yep.
Maybe they'll pay us back in another way. So now these cartel bosses face a choice: cooperate with the U.S. authorities for potentially reduced sentences, or keep silent like El Chapo and spend 23 hours in a day in a windowless cell. But you know, if they killed people, they might face more than that.
Maybe.
Here's the thing. Quit saying lock these people up when they killed people.
Yeah.
There is a death penalty for a reason, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
So.
And the same for people here in the United States. There is this thing called treason.
Yeah.
And there are penalties.
And you swing from a tree for it. So, and water trees with your blood. So, consequences. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Definitely need to see some more high-level consequences.
We shall see. We shall see. And then this was also amazing. They are shutting down the Hoover building. FBI Director Kash Patel. After 20 years of failed attempts, they finalized a plan to permanently close the FBI Hoover headquarters, which are mostly probably the most one of the most compromised buildings in the United States, if I had to guess. They finalized a plan to permanently close the FBI's headquarters and move workforce to a safe, modern facility working directly with President Trump and Congress. They accomplished what no one else could. They arrived. Taxpayers were going to be on the hook for nearly $5 billion for new headquarters that wouldn't open until 2035. Scrapped that plan, and they selected the already existing Reagan building. Once again, that's a Trump classic move, saving billions and allowing the transition to begin immediately, requiring safety and infrastructure upgrades already underway. Once completed, most of the HQ FBI workforce will be moved in. The rest are continuing ongoing push for the manpower in the field. So the Hoover building will be shut down permanently. Bye-bye, Hoover, which he was one crooked, weirdy.
A little bit. He was a little compromised.
Buried next to his boyfriend, his gay lover.
Yeah.
Creep.
Wonder what he was wearing when he was buried.
And face up or face down. I don't know. Just saying.
Never know.
Creepy. Just lots of weird things. Good things.
Embrace the weirdness, right?
I don't know how to let it go. I mean, maybe we'll always be in a movie. Maybe that's what this experience is. Maybe that's what humanity, this life on Earth is.
I think it kind of is. It's just really in your face now.
Yeah. So you've always been in a movie.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world. You've been in a movie your whole life. They just didn't tell you.
Shakespeare did.
You've been working for free your whole life. Oh, that Shakespeare was in Postman too. Yeah.
Oh, what was?
Shakespeare was in Postman. I thought about you.
Okay. All right.
Like, oh, Westwood would love this.
Yes. I liked it. It was a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Postman always rains twice.
It's another one on your list.
I know. I've got quite a list. I got to start watching some. If I can stay awake. My problem is I'll start watching it and
that's what you said.
I'm out. It's true.
You crashed out.
I did.
Oh, what was the other really good movie I watched? And they started talking about nukes in Pebble something. And I thought of our friends from the Pebbleton Post.
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about
Pebble Beach nukes.
Pebble. Ooh, what was it?
We've got this new invention, Lisa. It's called a phone, and it's got this app on it called Notes. And so what you do when you think of these things,
I just text people that I love and torment them. Okay. And then I can go back and look at my texts later. So, okay, this movie's all about Triest. What's Triest? Is that from Nuremberg? I think it's something from Nuremberg. Triest or Triest?
Sounds like three of something. Triest. Is it a treaty? Triest?
And it's something about, but what is this movie? It's a goofy, it's like one of those slapstick movies where
like Mel Brooks in it?
No, it's the Prime Minister. It's John Cena. is the
Okay.
president of the United States. And
I
then
don't know if I could watch that.
it's obnoxious.
Yeah.
However, there's a comms in it.
Okay. All right.
You
Don't
and
be wasting my time on this one. It better have some redeeming qualities.
it does. And then this big handsome black man is the prime minister of Britain.
Okay.
And then it gets to the end and they start talking about the nukes in Pebble something. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why those kids, I know Pebbleton is part of Rotorua and the Pebbleton Post and the Pebble. But now, they've just invented that free energy machine, which is fusion.
Right.
So all that goes together for me. Like that's
Okay.
the fusion is the Pebbleton Post, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I got a thumbs down and a
No,
thumbs
I had
up.
a thumbs up. So it's like ask again later. You're shaking the 8-ball. It could be either way.
Oh, I'm close.
You're in the
I
middle.
got part of it right and part of it wrong.
Okay.
And I do
Which
not
part?
have my
Which
thumb.
part?
Which part did I get right?
I have to go back and watch what
I'm
you said.
close. Oh, dang it. Okay. I'm close. I'm close. I'm close. Dang it.
This is like at 1 hour and 5 minutes.
106.41, almost 107.
Okay, so go back and watch and see where you got the thumbs up and where you got the thumbs down, and then hash that out.
106, almost 107.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. I'm very close though. There's a there. Just saying. It's something to do with the Nuremberg. It's something to do with the pebbles and the free energy, the fusion, the nuclear fusion.
Right.
And the fusion. I'm so close. Now it's not going to tell me because I'm looking.
No, you're right.
When I'm fishing.
Got a stream of consciousness and then it pops in. And
I don't get to do it. Yeah, I have to be like ranting. Anyway. But go see that movie too. Go look for John Cena as the president because it's ridiculous. Because
it sounds ridiculous.
He's clearly not very smart, and his suits are very ill-fitting.
Yeah,
like
it's hard to fit a guy like that. I mean, he's
terrible.
He's built. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks really terrible in them. Yes, Gazoo, I saw you on Nino's show in Nino's chat this morning. So that was fun seeing you in the chat. Yeah, and I noticed that and we've talked about that before, that 107 is an atomic number for silver. Also Ag.
Gold or silver. Yeah, Ag is gold. Yeah.
And that's when we talked about that. They keep talking about that Abreu Garcia guy. And then CAG is remember when I went on that rant about the kinesthetic AG and that's the guy they keep trying to deport or whatever what's his name? Carmen Abreu Garcia. And that's CAG, K-A-G. And I'm like, they're not talking about a dude. They're talking about kinetic
silver. Some energy use.
KAG. Yeah. I'm like, they're talking about KAG, not a dude, not a Mexican dude.
It's going to be some massive use for silver in the energy field then, huh?
Of course there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have replicators and it won't matter.
Well, that's what Big says.
Just pull it out of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Replicate it. Alchemy.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it all. Well, I love it.
All the connections.
All the connections.
All the confusion.
Or confusion.
Confusion. There you go. Turn it into a win. Bring the light to the conversation, right?
Yeah. Yep. I love it. I love it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, praise the Lord for Trump protecting Christians. I have to say, okay, like when China was doing all the awful stuff to Uyghurs and people were not standing up and saying, this is wrong, genocide is wrong,
Right.
and then everyone wants to get on their fucking high horse and say, no anti-Semitism and what Hitler did was wrong, but no one wants to fucking stand up for a Uyghur. That's wrong.
Right.
And then now they're killing Christians in Nigeria and no one wants to stand up for a Christian. That's wrong. And so now Trump is going, and what in the world? Someone is sending me a weird message. Trump is standing up for Christians, and he's pulling out all the ambassadors out of Africa where they're killing Christians. And he's saying, and he's attacking ISIS for this. Then that's the right thing to do. So it's about damn time that somebody stood up for him.
I would agree with that.
So that's all I have to say about that. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. I didn't want to forget that part.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
I don't see much outside of my own little bubble at this point.
You hadn't seen that?
No, I didn't see it.
Last night he issued on, well, it's on
Didn't
Truth.
watch any news or anything. I don't know what's going on.
Well, he posts on Truth Social, not on,
That's true. Barely on X this week.
yeah, not on. And then Twitter or whatever.
Right.
And then what was the other thing? Oh gosh, I just forgot. I shouldn't have gone over and looked, and I was trying to find the statement about ISIS.
I saw he posted something about the storm is upon us or something.
Oh, he did not.
You have been right on that one.
Well, that's true. We've been in the storm for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of storms, California, did you see the
I've heard
mudslide?
about all the water and the mud and ugh.
Yeah, terrible mudslides and all that.
A new movie, Escape from LA.
Escape from LA is coming. Yeah, that's.
I don't know what that is.
Didn't they have that one with Kurt Russell? The split up. This is the new one, part two. Yeah. Escape from LA again. Man.
Yes, I'm with you, Daddy-O. When you realize your whole life has been a storm.
Yeah, right. I'm tired of the storm. Need a good umbrella.
Yeah. Yes, I need an umbrella.
Right? Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Under my
Live underground.
Ella. Yeah.
So,
Friends that told it shelter in place.
are they
Mm-hmm.
sheltering in place? And
They're in
SoCal.
Southern.
wow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Bad stuff over there.
Man, oh man. I'll take a little bit of cold now and then. That's okay. I mean, that's the scary thing, because I look at other areas of the country, like Kentucky, what they had. I mean, anywhere where it's mountainous. I mean, if you get a lot of rain, you're going to get washed out, because, you get these valleys and all these places where, so I'm kind of like, I kind of like the flat land. I found out that Illinois is the second flattest state in the U.S.
Not if you're built on stone. On rock.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if you're up at the elevation, but a lot of people, they're high, but they're low. I mean, from the standpoint of, you got hills. And
now you're talking about our friends.
Yeah, that's true. Now I'm talking about people I know. That's for sure.
Oh.
Well, I'm low, but I'm high. I'm high, but I'm low.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a little scary. Like you live in those little hollers, down in the valleys, and you got all this watershed, that can come down. You get and wash you out, like the itsy bitsy spider.
Yeah, that's.
So I don't know. I like the flat land. I can see what's coming most of the time. Even if it's a tornado, you can see it coming. So that's good.
Yeah, tornadoes you can see for a long. I know one time, Charlie and I I think we're in Mexico or somewhere, and sitting on the beach, and there was a water spout,
Yeah, right.
mini hurricane, like this
Yeah,
tiny little thing,
well, a
way,
tiny little bit,
way
little bird.
away. Yeah.
Yeah,
And you can see it way far away, and you
yeah,
can see which way it's going.
right.
So we're just sitting there on the beach, and then we hear these people behind us, and they're like, "Y'all from Oklahoma or Texas?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're from Oklahoma." And they're like, "Oh, yep, we're from Texas."
Ain't nothing.
We look around, the whole place is cleared out.
In
No
panic.
one is around.
There's a
Everyone
genuine fear because that's more than right, more than anything. That's probably what you've heard if you live in Oklahoma. Aren't you afraid of tornadoes?
no,
They say the same thing about Illinois. Aren't you afraid of tornadoes? I'm like, not really.
no, not
I mean,
really.
usually the conditions have to be ripe, and with technology, you know it almost a week in advance sometimes. I
Yeah.
mean, days in advance when
Yeah.
when it's conducive to do that, and then when you have them, I mean, you kind of know. And then if they do happen, you see them coming. I mean, there's no missing it.
To be real, I don't know, real
Something like
unaware
this.
to be in the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
worst
and
part
that's
is
why we have basements, and
if it's covered in rain and in the middle of the night. That is the most dangerous.
that is the scariest part. Yeah,
You
and
can't
typically it doesn't because the heating, during the day is what can kind of. But at night, yeah, that's the scary thing when you have the night tornadoes. Those are I agree.
People can get hurt. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
Live underground like a freaking animal, like a ferret, and you'll be fine.
like a ferret. A ferret who drinks beer paid by the military. Or
Ferret that just goes in a hole and drinks beer.
But salt or no salt.
Oh, to be a ferret. No. In a government experiment. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. Oh, this was the one I wanted to end on, the little Santa Claus video.
Then hit it.
Let me do. What do you guys think? Santa Claus video. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's like
Get educated about Santa.
get educated about Santa Claus. Oh, hold on. Let me get past the. Lord have mercy. Hold on. We'll end with a little
You better.
education. It's going to take me a minute because I have to reconstruct everything.
Oh,
I love you guys. And Merry Christmas. And are you doing your spaces tonight?
I'm debating it.
Really?
Yeah,
You have a lot going on right now.
I know. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, because it's a job. I mean, last week I didn't do it on Friday, then I did it on Saturday because Saturday worked out better. Friday's a little exhausting, a little tired, so I don't know because it takes, I'm on it for 5 hours.
Yeah. I popped in. I had because I was missing everybody because it was holidays and I didn't get to see everybody and I didn't get to get on spaces. So I was like, I'll pop one on real quick. And
what happened?
In
I
between,
jumped in, it was over.
I was on and then I sent messages and nobody showed up. And I was like, well, I guess nobody wants to talk to me.
The thing with that is, though, I've had that happen to where it was just Jake and I talking for almost a half an hour before people started coming in. That's what I mean. I
was only on for not even 10 minutes.
Oh, you didn't give it enough time because I jumped in later and I'm like, it ended.
I didn't know how long you're supposed to wait.
No, because everybody they come in at different times. They can't always get in. And so, yeah, I'm like,
I would have fallen asleep. I couldn't probably stay up that much later by myself. I got to have a friend in there talking to me.
I gotcha. I get it.
Yeah. If I planned ahead probably and told people I was going to be on, maybe it would be better. And then I would have a friend in there talking with me.
Yeah. You told me Mr. Unreliable, as far as time and, I came in late, so didn't have your back on that one.
There you go. Well, that's okay. Things happen. It's all right. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Here's a fun story about how we got the image of Santa Claus here in the great US of A. Let's see if it'll play.
with the idea of Santa Claus. Martin Luther was the one who said, let's not emphasize a saint, let's move that gift-giving impulse to Christmas. It's only just a few days later, December 25th. The picture we see today of Santa Claus, with the white beard, with the red suit, with the hat, with the glasses and everything, you know where that comes from? In the 1930s, Coca-Cola Company did a big print campaign in magazines with color drawings of Santa Claus that looked that way.
Who is the real Santa Claus?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. And the reason is I get so many emails from parents of young children saying, what do I tell my kids about Santa Claus? I mean, and my answer is, you can encourage let's play with it. It's okay to have fun with the idea of Santa Claus, to present him as a story, as a legend, as an idea, not real, but fun to think about and so forth. But then tell them about the real Santa Claus. The real Santa Claus was a guy named Nicholas, Saint Nick. He was born in 270 AD, and he was born in Myra, Turkey, and he became a Christian. He came from a wealthy family, and he became a bishop of an area on the coast of Turkey. And he was the most generous guy. Not only generous, but he was sensitive to, if I'm going to give you some money because you need it, I don't want to do it in a way to embarrass you. So he would often leave gifts on people's doorstep, so they'd find it in the morning, or in a bush near their house or something, because he didn't want to embarrass them. He was a man of love and truth. His love was shown by his great generosity, but he was a man of truth. He was imprisoned by the Romans and tortured for his faith. In the year 325 AD, he was a member of the Council of Nicaea, where he fought the heretic Arius, who had heretical ideas, who were trying to convince people of heretical ideas. There's a legend that Nicholas actually slapped Arius across the face. That's probably not true. But he stood up for truth. He was a man of truth. And when he died and was martyred for his faith, I think it was on December the 19th,
It just muted. I can't hear it now.
St. Nicholas would give people gifts. Martin Luther was the one who said, let's not emphasize a saint, let's move that gift-giving impulse to Christmas. It's only just a few days later, December 25th. And that's why we give gifts on Christmas Day, is because of St. Nicholas and his gift-giving, and how Martin Luther kind of moved that to Christmas Day, just 6 days later. But here's a story about St. Nicholas, the real Santa Claus. Now, granted, this comes from a biography of St. Nicholas that was written 500 years after his life. So how accurate it really is, we don't really know. But the story goes that back in those days, if you were a father and you had 3 daughters, as this one guy did, you would have to have a dowry to pay the family of someone to marry your daughter. If you didn't have the money, the dowry, they couldn't get married. And if they couldn't get married, they'd probably end up in prostitution. So in Nicholas's community was a man, he lost his job. He didn't have any money, and he had 3 daughters. He didn't have the dowry. One of them wanted to get married. He didn't have the dowry. One day, St. Nicholas comes down the street. They lived on the 2nd floor. He took a little bag of gold coins and threw it up into their window. They find it. That's the dowry. She gets married. She has his grandchildren for him. Everything's great. The second one comes time for her to get married. Don't have a dowry either. St. Nicholas comes by again with a bag of coins, and he tosses them up. She gets the money for the dowry. She gets married. The third one gets old enough to get married. St. Nicholas comes by. Well, now the father's wondering what in the world's going on, right? So he stakes things out. He's watching. He's outside. He's like, what is going on? And he catches Nicholas. So what are you doing? And Nicholas throws the coins up and he says, this is just between us. Don't tell anybody. Well, that story made its way into Nicholas's biography. And what's interesting is in medieval times, medieval painters painted pictures of stockings hanging on the chimney. And the idea was that maybe those 3 girls had stockings drying on the chimney, chimney in their room, and the coins came up into the stockings. And that's today why we put gifts in stockings for our children.
What a cool
Now, Santa Claus himself later developed mainly in the Netherlands, fanciful story based on St. Nicholas, but it got all jazzed up and so forth. And it was carried over into the American colonies in the 1700s. They call him Sinterklaas in Dutch. But the most interesting thing about that is the picture we see today of Santa Claus with the white beard, with the red suit, with the hat, with the glasses and everything. You know where that comes from? In the 1930s, Coca-Cola Company did a big print campaign in magazines with color drawings of Santa Claus that looked that way. And so it's because of Coca-Cola Company that today, this is how we picture Santa
No
Claus.
kidding.
Yes, that's right.
Wow.
So you can take a swig of Coke and thank them that that's where we got the picture of Santa Claus today.
Wow. That's
So Merry Christmas, everybody. And don't give Coke to your dogs for Festivus.
But you can clean your guns with it.
Drink Coca-Cola and think of Santa Claus, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's why Trump has a Diet Coke on his desk all the time. I don't know.
I don't know.
Awful things. Interesting.
Don't be drinking Jack and Coke either. It's not good for you.
No, but J-Mac has interesting comments in the comments. So
Oh, yeah.
love you all very much, and hoping for a bright and wonderful 2026 full of truth and revelations.
And much light.
Much light.
Yes.
God bless
And
you.
the light.
Yeah,
Have a great year.
bring all the light. All right. Good night, guys. See you soon, and see you next year.
Next year, yeah, we'll be on the 2nd
I don't know.
Friday.
I have to look at a
That'll
calendar.
be the 2nd.
All right. See you then. Take care.
I don't like the government right now.
you don't have to.
I don't trust it anymore.